Donald Trump is the most dangerous man to ever occupy the Oval Office. I want to take you back 1 week ago today, when people were barging through these doors, breaking the windows with weapons, armed, pipe bombs, coming here to harm all of you, to harm the Speaker, to harm the Senate. Let me ask you a question. What do you think they would have done if they had gotten in?
I laid right there on the floor of the gallery above us. I heard gunshots in the Speaker's lobby. I heard the mob pounding on the door. And what they were trying to do, they were all an angry mob incited by the president, trying to stop certification of a legitimate election. It's clear the president learned nothing in the last year.
I feared for colleagues, reporters, and staff. I feared for myself. The attack on the Capitol will never be forgotten. The president and many in this chamber have shamelessly peddled dangerous untruths about the election, despite the warnings of where those lies would lead. And last Wednesday, those lies and dangers found themselves inside this Capitol. This hateful rhetoric is another deadly virus. It is time to remove it from its host.
I had tears to well in my eyes as I heard Mr. Hoyer, and I know that hearts are hurting. It's a very sad time in the history of our country. No one is celebrating. No one wants to see this occur.
This is not what I wanted to do in my first week in office, but after the violent events of last week, watching and witnessing how heartbreaking this was, thank God I sent my kids home on Monday morning because I was worried about the rhetoric leading up to the events and to the rally on January 6th, the violence that could transpire. Not only were our lives in danger, but if my kids were here, their lives would have been in danger too, the two most precious people in my life.
This was one of the saddest days of my life last Wednesday, Mr. Chairman. Our thoughts and our prayers are with the police officers and other law enforcement who carried out their duties on that tragic day, including Officers Sicknick and Liebengood.
We were attacked by terrorists, but this time the terrorists were radicalized right here in the United States. Worse, they were radicalized by the president.
When Trump made a last desperate attempt to steal the presidency, to reject the will of the people by encouraging insurrection, he became the first president to incite an attempted overthrow of the institutions he is sworn to protect. That is a horrifying first, and his actions necessitate another. He should be the first president impeached and removed from office in the history of our country.
For years, we have been asked to turn a blind eye to the criminality, corruption, and blatant disregard to the rule of law by the tyrant president we have in the White House. We as a nation can no longer look away.
What took place on January 6, 2021 was an act of domestic terrorism by right-wing, sycophantic white supremacists promoted, instigated, and advanced by the man in the White House, Donald Trump.
The American people are asking, is there any depravity too low? Is there any outrage too far? Is there any blood and violence too much to turn hearts and minds?